Hey mama, my name is Yejide Oba. I'm a mom, a homemaker, and a lover of life. And on this podcast, called Alpha Mama, we're going to be talking about moms from when they become mothers down to the rest of their journey in this world. The journey to motherhood can be all encompassing, and there are no two mothers that have the exact same experience. On this podcast, we're about discovering yourself, thriving, and empowering you so that we can have mothers who enjoy their journey in motherhood. We can have mothers who excel and raise children and families that truly thrive. Welcome to Alpha Mama Podcast.
Are you ready? Let it bounce.
First of all, I would like to introduce you to the Alpha Mama. An Alpha Mama is a mom of a Gen Alpha child, a child of this new generation. We've spoken about the Gen Z. We really are mesmerized with what they are about, and we are looking forward to the exploits that they perform in this world. And then there's the Gen Alpha. They're the upcoming flowers, a new crop of children who are growing in this fast-paced world. And as parents, as mothers, we have to build ourselves up to be able to parent effectively whilst we thrive. The village, like we know it, is like typically like change from what we grew from. The village before could encompass your neighbor, the woman down the road who could watch you before your mom comes back from work or from her shop. Nowadays, people are we're all stricter with our villages, and we have to be more careful because we have more information and we don't want to expose our children to things that are not healthy for them. So it's like the village has shrunk, but there are ways to still thrive as a mother. I believe it's possible, and even though I struggled very much, I really did struggle at the early years of motherhood, but I found that there's a new path. It's not actually a new path, but there's a path out of the struggle. There's a way out of it, and that is what we're going to be doing on the Alpha Mama podcast. So, hey mama, you are an Alpha Mama. The day you became a mom, you're already qualified to be the best mom. The fact that you're still listening shows that you actually want to be a good mom, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes to be a better mom. You are good already. You have everything it takes to become better. What I want you to expect from this show is not just the theatrics, it's not just the everyday, this is what you should do. We're bringing you real life stories. We're bringing you information that is tested and trusted. And I have an array of guests, professionals, stay-at-home moms, single moms. We have a lot of things to share with you, and this is the introduction to the Alpha Mama. Yeah. Whilst I was growing as a mom, when I feel like a young mom, the day you become a mom, even if you're in your 20s, late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, you are a young mom the day you begin to be a mother, the day you give birth to your child. When I was new to this game, I actually, I thought like I had it all figured out, and then I had the most rude awakening from the birth experience. The birth of my first child rocked me after having dealt with a couple of years of infertility. Whilst we were in the delivery room, I really wanted to just have the smooth Igbo woman delivery, but that wasn't my experience. Thank God for where we are. I wanted to bring my child into the world in the normal textbook way, like, okay, now you just enter 2 minutes, from the child is out. And then I had to learn very fast that anything can happen in motherhood. You just have to be able to adapt and grow with your child. The moment you think that you figured it all out, like parents will just bring something out of it that it exposes you to something new, like, hello, you're a learner. And the earlier you adapt to that, the better it is on this journey. There was a situation that trended online a while ago where a mom needed CS badly and she was at the point of dying, and the husband refused vehemently not to have CS because he just didn't believe in CS, and eventually this woman died. That really annoyed me. We have to be open to change. We have to move with the times. Women do not have to die because they want to bring life into this world. Women do not have to lose themselves. They do not have to suffer. There's a way to do the work and also thrive. And that is why we are here. That is why we are here. And in scenarios where the moms don't die, they are left with traumas that they have to live with for a long time until they decide that, okay, I am done and I want to take on a new path. And even at that, they have to be bold enough to seek help. We all need help. And one of the reasons for this podcast is to give some sort of help that will take that young mom, that mom that needs a change. She doesn't even have to be young. A mom that really wants to do motherhood in the healthiest way possible. This is what we're offering on the Alpha Mama podcast. When I had my son, my oldest son, I actually did not know it was postpartum depression. I just knew that I was really anxious. I was really anxious, and I had a lot of self, when you don't even want to, like, you don't want to really relate with the outside world. You just want to be inside. You just want to be by yourself. You just want to do your work as a mom. You're hyper focused. And I had a lot of stressors from the external world, and that is something I really think that moms should. The society is not going to leave you with their opinions. They're not going to leave you with family members will not. You can't force anybody to behave normally around you when you have your child, but you can decide what to take in and what to allow around you. You have to do that, not just for yourself or because, oh, you're not tolerant, you are difficult, or you're proud. No, you just have to protect your mental health for that newborn child. Your child will thrive. You also will thrive better when you are at your utmost and you have your zen. So please prioritize yourself. Do not seclude yourself. Surround yourself, especially in that first few months of motherhood. It is important, the people you surround yourself with. It is never by force. No woman should be forced to be around. I believe this so wholeheartedly. No woman should be forced to be around people that do not want to support her during the most delicate time of her life, which is the early stage of motherhood. One of the guests on the show shared how she lost herself after becoming a mom, and it took her husband to actually drag her out of it. Thank God for supportive spouses. But in cases where you do not have a spouse that recognizes this or supports you to thrive and to not be overly stressed, please make out time for yourself to drag yourself out of it. You do not have to lose yourself eventually to have the best, to be the best mom in this world. We always think that motherhood is about struggle. When you say mom, like, the first thing that comes to mind is like responsibility. Yes, it is, but it is not just that. The mother is so many other things, even before she became a mom. So first of all, you have to know that you are somebody, and you have to preserve that person through being a mother. That is the only way that I have found to be the happiest version of myself. I'm not where I want to be yet, or where I do not even know what is possible after this, but I know that there's somewhere better, and I have left somewhere dark behind, and I'm willing to take other women along with me. So mom, stay tuned and let's thrive together. Self-care, I'll keep saying it. If there's one thing, if you do not want to get bored, one thing I would never stop saying is that self-care is never selfish. As a millennial mom, we have a rep of being old school. But the funny thing is, we're even new school to some people. Like, I'm not old school like that. And there's the Gen Z moms. And then, it goes forward that way. Times have changed, but I believe that there's still some patterns and traditions that we do not have to run away from. Even though I strongly believe that there are some traditions and some things that were done when we were growing up that needs to be let go of. Like, literally, if you do these things, you need to be taken to court. You need to actually be questioned. You can be prosecuted for that. Times change and we need to be ever evolving. We cannot move exactly the way the former generation moves. We have to refine. That is the beauty of growing. We can't stay stuck with our mundane behaviors and traditions all in the name of it is tradition. When you find out something is not expedient, is not useful, it is not helping anybody, like, who this thing help, who, you might just have to let it go and hold on to build new traditions for yourself. As a mom, this is advice that I would actually give to myself. I give myself every day, and when I come in contact with a decision I have to make, I just ask myself, okay, this thing I've not experienced it before, what is the way forward? And I pick what I want, and that's become a tradition in my journey as a mom. So we have to grow with the times. We have to grow with the generation we're raising, which is the alpha children. The Gen Alpha, they are fast in learning. They are very bright, they are vibrant, they are boisterous, they are lively. And even though we wish sometimes that we could box them, it will be to our advantage not to. Let us allow them thrive. And how do we do that? First of all, you have to allow yourself thrive. Times have changed and we just have to move with the times. So mama, get ready to go on this ride. Okay? It's going to be fun. All right? And also, I believe one of my core beliefs is that self-care is essential. But the mistake that I think I've also made is to think that it has to be luxurious. It doesn't have to cost a thing. It can cost 5 naira and it can cost 100 million. Whatever self-care means to you, I think that you should pursue it. I think that there are many ways to care for yourself apart from buying stuff, going on a spa date. There are 101 ways to actually care for yourself. And self-care, I think, is actually for the future, for now, and from the past. There's healing to be done. There is enjoyment to be had. And I don't just mean chicken. I mean loving your life. And if you want to love your life has to be something that you are thriving in. You have to, you don't have to abandon the work. I think I have to always say that, and I will. Thriving or self-care for the mom is not about abandoning your work. It's about working smarter. You know how we say, don't work hard, work smart. Yes, that's what thriving means. And at Alpha Mama, that's what we are about. So mama, invest in self-care. A walk down the street will help your health. Having that discussion to better plan parenthood with your partner, your husband, is important. Please do it. Ask for help. Delegation is key. You just have to be careful who you ask for help when it has to do with your child. And I feel like when you are always willing to grow, you would always find ways to thrive. I think we've established that motherhood can be chaotic in a good way and sometimes in a very uncomfortable way. But one thing you have to do is to prioritize tasks and what you want to do for the day, for the week, for the month. So it's important to set planners, to have meal preps, to have schedules, and be very, very regimented in them. That way you would know how to expend yourself and where to put in work. You don't have to attend to everything at the same time. You can't. So why not just take on the important parts and leave the rest to God? God is your helper. God is the ultimate mother. God has been described in the Bible in many ways as nurturing. But even God rested. God rested. On the 7th day, he rested. So mom, you have to find that rest. Prioritize your work. Make sure self-care is important. You need to just put yourself first. This is the first segment called Mom Moments, and on this segment all we do is read the darnest comments mom have said. And our very first comment is this one that says, I told my kids to act like adults and now they are ignoring me. Yeah, I feel like kids think we don't listen enough, even though we feel like we've heard everything they want to say already. Yeah, so we're gonna do better. And I don't know if it's okay to say they should talk less, but I don't think it's okay. Express yourself, children. Express yourself. The next one is, why is it that when I finally sit down, the laundry suddenly becomes the urgent task? Yeah, this is literally overthinking coming to play. I feel like you've sat down, or like laundry, what will happen? Will you start crying? Is laundry hungry? Rest though, let's rest. Even though I'm guilty of this one, but let's rest. The next comment is, I asked my kids what they wanted for dinner. They replied, what's for dinner? Yeah. I feel like this one causes a lot of issues everywhere, where you say, what do you want for dinner? And I saw a video on Instagram where the mom they said anything. So she put anything, she wrote it in a paper and put it in a plate and put it all over the house. Like she put it in their plate and served them anything. And it wasn't the best meal. And I think they learned their lessons. I don't know if I should do that. Hey mama, come with me on this journey to self-discovery, on the path to thrive and the path to self-empowerment. I'll see you on the next episode. I'm Yejide Oba, your beautiful, thriving host of the Alpha Mama podcast.
Are you ready? Let it bounce.